Welcome to LOLWOT TV, your daily dose of WTF. Once upon a time, scandals, murders, and the abuse of power ruled the land. It wasn't always great to be the queen, or the recipient of a lavish gift. You'll be glad you did not live under the rule of these people. Here are 10 despicable rulers from history to be thankful you didn't know. At number 10, the king who is made of glass. Charles VI of France ruled from 1388 until his death in 1422. Known as the Beloved to start, his image was soon tainted after he tried to kill his friends and advisor. Once, while traveling with his army, he went crazy, murdered 4 of his men, and nearly killed his brother. During his bouts of mental illness, he frequently forgot who his wife and children were, and once refused to take a bath or change his clothes for 5 months. At his lowest point, he could not remember his name or that he was king, and ordered that various devices be constructed to protect his bones, believing that they were made of glass. At number 9, better without a father. Sultan Ibrahim of the Ottoman Empire, who ruled during the 17th century, earned himself the nickname Ibrahim the Mad. Favoring indulgence, he had a harem of girls and raised 8 concubines, one who became his wife. He wanted all Christians in his empire to be exterminated, but the pressures from his ministers forced him to compromise by only killing all Catholic priests. Before the Sultan was executed, he ordered 280 of his concubines to be drowned. At number 8, off with their heads. King Henry VIII was an 18-year-old virgin when he became king. He married his brother's widow, Catherine of Aragon, and started his first affair during her pregnancy. Always married and always with a mistress, who would usually later become his wife. He was married 6 times. King Henry's wives had a 30% chance of having their heads chopped off due to cockamamie charges brought on by the king. Civilians were not out of harm's way either. During his reign, King Henry had tens of thousands beheaded. At number 7, no thanks, I'm not hungry. Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia, called Vlad the Impaler after his death in 1476. The Romanian ruler gained a frightening reputation in other parts of Europe. So how did he match his hideous reputation? Easy. He removed body parts of women and fed them to their husbands, roasted children, and impaled them when finished. It's believed he left between 40,000 and 100,000 victims in his wake, and also inspired the character for Dracula. At number 6, the not-so-kind gift of a castle. Anna of Russia was empress for 10 years, 1730 to 1740. And she left behind a legacy of dishonesty, slavery, and political ruin. She enjoyed her time playing cruel and evil jokes. On one occasion, she amused herself by having fire bells rung throughout St. Petersburg, just to terrorize the people. Perhaps her cruelest joke was forcing the marriage of an old prince and one of her maids. She had an ice castle built for their wedding, and forced them to dress as clowns for the ceremony. After, she tortured them by forcing them to spend their wedding night naked in the ice castle, and nearly freezing to death. At number 5, who's left when they're all dead? Ivan IV did not get the nickname Ivan the Terrible for no reason. He came to power at just 3 years old and supposedly tortured animals in his youth. After a 50-year reign, 1533 to 1584, as the first Tsar of Russia, a title he gave to himself, Ivan left behind a legacy that includes murders by the thousands and killing of his own son and heir in a fitful rage. During his long reign, the Tsar had 8 wives, several who were killed or sent to prison, likely at his hands. At number 4, center of the universe. Known for being the worst emperor in Roman history is Caligula, the man who terrorized Rome in the 4 short years he ruled. After a life-threatening illness, he began to believe he was divine, ordered an altar for himself, and had statues of himself placed in holy places of worship all over Rome. Insane murderous streaks, orgies, torture, confiscation of land, and the restoration of the treason trials, often on fictitious accounts, were common under Caligula. Once, when they ran out of criminals to feed the lions at the Circus Maximus, Caligula ordered everyday citizens to step in the arena so he could continue to watch the bloody feast. At number 3, a legacy of cruelty. Leopold II became king of Belgium in 1865 when his father died. With the help of the explorer Henry Stanley, he secured the colonization of the Congo Free State in 1885. Enslaved Congolese had everything taken from them as they worked by gunpoint, were held as sex slaves, and were brutally mutilated and murdered. With a death toll that reached into the millions under Leopold's regime, it's a shame he wasn't discovered and stopped until 1905. At number 2, a true spoiled brat. There is no greater example of narcissism than from the Roman Emperor, Commodus. He renamed the days of the week in his own admiration and staged events in the arena where he was positioned to win while he slaughtered animals and slaves to the adoration of the crowd. And he even paid himself for his appearances in the arena, with hundreds of concubines at his disposal for orgies, and an existence where his every need and whim was met. Commodus lived a life of a mentally ill, spoiled brat. And at number 1, quite contrary she was. Queen Mary I was the daughter of King Henry VIII and ruled from 1553 to 1558. In 5 short years, the devout Catholic earned the name Bloody Mary by ordering the execution of hundreds of Protestants under her reign, all in an attempt to restore Catholicism. She even had her own sister Elizabeth locked away at London Tower on suspicion of knowing about a plot to destroy Mary. Today, Queen Mary takes credit as the subject of the famous nursery rhyme, "Mary, Mary, quite contrary." Click like, comment, and subscribe for more daily videos like these.